and trust. That's something that's important in Brazilian beef.
What do we want? Charlie Mullins, first. Charlie Mullins, first. Charlie Mullins, first.
Oh, I think we're live. Are you able to check your phone just to make sure I'm live? Or hold on. Is there comments? Oh. Just let me know if you see comments should come up here, right?
On the left, yeah.
Aye, there, right. So I'll just do you just record me and I'll speak. Just give me like a thumbs up if you see any comments, right? Hello everybody, we are outside Dublin here, Leinster House. We are protesting Larry Murren. Come on over here. Come on.
No, it's just over there. It's not over there.
So here we are, just Dublin behind me here, Larry Murren, the head of Board BIA. And he's supposed to be promoting Irish farming, Irish produce, Irish beef, but his own company is actually selling Brazilian beef, importing substandard beef. It's a complete conflict of interest, and there's hundreds of farmers here, Irish men and women, protesting this. He must resign now. There must be a full audit, full transparency. He's going to now hopefully to get sacked. That's the plan anyway. We need to keep the pressure on the Irish regime. This is totally unacceptable by Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, and up in my neck of the woods, Donegal, Charlie McConnell, TD, the former Minister of Agriculture. He's the one who appointed him. So we must ask Charlie McConnell, why did he appoint him? They obviously knew about this and the conflict of interest, and why was nothing done about it? So why?
Lads, this is the pedestrian entrance there.
Okay.
Schools and everything, you know.
Okay,
so there's visitors, you know, there's kids coming in and out.
I know.
All sorts of groups. So once you don't block that, we're grand.
All right. So we're here in outside Dublin to protest what's happening today, and regarding Board BIA, the Mercosur trade deal. They're planning, it hasn't been signed yet, but they're planning to import hundreds of thousands of tons of beef and poultry from Brazil, South America, that will, not only is it a food safety problem, but it's also it's going to destroy rural Ireland, destroy farming, and it's another nail in the coffin to Irish farming. So I welcome to the show everybody. Are we live? Are we alright? We seem to be good. Just walk about there now, sure.
As you know, we have Larry Murray coming in front of the committee, and he's going to supposedly explain himself and explain why he thinks it's necessary to bring in Brazil and to put it with Irish products and to sell it to Irish consumers and European consumers. We certainly feel, and the Irish public feel, and farmers across the length of the country know that this is totally inappropriate and wrong. It is a huge conflict of interest for a person who is the chair of the board of an agency which is about supplying and marketing Irish beef and Irish food products around the world to be importing beef from Brazil which is raised to none of those standards, where we have antibiotics and hormones liberally used across the whole system, and indeed we know that there is absolutely zero traceability when it comes to the beef products that have been produced in Brazil. Irish farmers have to produce the highest quality product, and they're proud to do so, and they meet all the recommendations and all the regulations that is put before them, sometimes with great difficulty, but they do it, and they do it because they want to ensure that our people are not poisoned with something which is not what they went out to buy when they went into their shop or their restaurant. So it's important today that we set the standards, not just for Irish farmers, but for those at the very top as well. Accountability goes both ways. It goes up as well as down. Irish farmers are accountable to the consumers and to the markets. Well, so has Larry Murren to be accountable, and today we will make him accountable to the Oireachtas and to the Oireachtas Committee. Thanks very much, Martin.
The next man up here from Independent Ireland is Richard O'Donoghue.
Thanks very much. Number one, thank you very much for coming here today. You're here today to fight for food quality. Danny did not. We, farmers in this country, consumers in this country, and people said to me today, and they met people on the Lewis and all the rest of them that were coming here, and people said to them, what are you up for today? And they turned around to people here in Dublin, and they're here today to say about quality of foods. It's already started since that law. From Independent Ireland got all the different agencies together for the first time ever, and when we're together, you can see what can happen when all the agencies come together. Not only the agencies, but all different farming communities, all different consumers come together, what we can achieve. He needs to go. Out of respect for the people of Ireland, you've done wrong. You asked the people through Borbia, with all the different health checks, quality checks, you brought people under so much scrutiny, and then you come in and you bring in Brazilian beef. For that, you go. Independent Ireland wants you gone, the people of Ireland want you gone, we no longer have any confidence in you. And this government, and I heard them talking last night, they were trying to defend this man. These are the same people that are putting all the different controls that are stopping the next succession of farmers bringing quality food to the table. So people, it doesn't stop here. I'm from a farming background of generations of farmers. Out of my family of 11, I'll be lucky if one of your niece will take over a farm because of the regulations that have been put in place. And then they sell it out for cheap quality food. So thank you for standing here today, not only for the farmers, not only for the consumers, but for the next generations that we want to produce quality food in this country. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Independent Ireland stands with you. But just make sure it doesn't stop here. Come the election time, this is what we have elected the last time. Social media has shown us that people in your areas have told you they were looking after you and voting for you up here. Social media has shown you now, they've told you one thing, but they're doing another. Just watch the media, you don't have to believe me, you can see it yourself. We've been not only sold out by government, we've been sold out by Borbia. We want our country back, we want our quality food back, and we want our next generation of succession of farmers for quality food in this country. So thank you, and keep up the fight.
Thanks very much. We're going to get, I think, a representative of each of the farm organisations here to come up and have a few words. If it's okay, I might kick things off with the beef plan. Most people know me, Eamon Corley, I'm the chairperson of the beef plan. The reason we started the beef plan up a number of years ago is because we felt that beef farmers were getting a raw deal, and they weren't getting the representation that we thought they needed. We've seen a lot of problems in the beef industry, a lot of corruption, and we are trying our best to sort that corruption out. Now, only a few weeks ago, one of our members discovered the label in the Subway restaurant. It was actually a Subway restaurant in Drogheda, and on the label it said that Dawn Farm Foods sourced beef from Ireland and Brazil, and that later turned into a major scandal when we discovered that the managing director of Dawn Farm Foods was also the chairperson of Borbia. As farmers, there's huge problems with this. Number one, he was willing to substitute substandard Brazilian beef for Irish beef in contracts, and we believe the reason that was on the Subway restaurant, it was to give him a license to substitute any amount of foreign beef that he could get his hands on into contracts to make more money and to reduce the price to the farmer. There was also a huge food safety issue in that when you go in as a consumer into a restaurant or a takeaway or into a deli, the reality is that the Borbia stamp means nothing anymore. You can't really trust it. You don't know whether you're eating Irish beef, Brazilian beef, Polish beef. you've no idea, because the consumers and the farmers have lost the trust in that label. And that label, the Board Bia label, is the label that Irish farmers get up every morning, record the medicines that they use, responsible use of antibiotics, full traceability of the herd. And that label is being used to sell substandard beef, similar to the horse meat scandal a few years ago, where the processors weren't happy just to put beef into the beef burgers. They wanted to make an extra buck, and they wanted to put horse meat in. The very same is still happening today, in that they want to introduce substandard beef that can actually harm people, and consumers should be very worried. I think for the consumers and the producers, we need a new chairperson of Board Bia, and we need a restructuring of Board Bia, that no meat processor controls Board Bia. That's completely unacceptable. If the politicians think that that's okay for meat processors to control Board Bia, then we have a problem with our processors, or we have a problem with our politicians. So I think that's as much as I have to say at the moment. So I see Jackie looking at me here from the Irish Rural Association, so I'll hand this over to Jackie and let Jackie have a word. Yeah?
Just before you go, Mr. Curley, what can we do about Dan Brown after we find out the processing plant in Brazil in 2030? And Dawn Meats still have Dawn Farm Foods in Brazil. And Brazil is supplying all the burgers into McDonald's. When we question McDonald's, where do their burgers come from? The UK, because they're brought into the UK to supply Europe. And this is all covered up. It's the same thing as the way the meat industry in Ireland is controlled by JBS. And until we wake up with this, we protested outside and inside Board Bia in 2019, and Joe Buck just laughed at it. He said, we do not work in farmers' interest, we work in processors' interest, they line our pockets. And that's what Joe Buck, he refused to meet us after, he refused to come back to us after the ploughing. He has no interest in the farmers, they just want to use our emblem, and that's it. Now, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Just hand over to Jackie a minute, but just a quick word on that. I think what all consumers and all farmers want is they want to be able to go into a takeaway, they want to be able to go into a restaurant, they want to be able to go into a retailer, they want to be able to see the country of origin on front of the packet of meat, on front of the deli counter, on the restaurant menu, and they want that country of origin to be Ireland. And unless we get a proper labelling system that's easy for people to see and understand, we will never solve the problems that you've just been talking about there. So at this stage I'll hand you over to Jackie. Yeah.
Thank you, Eamon, and I'm glad you answered that question, because the documents that we have here in Irish Rural Association proves that Larry Moran is involved in it. What you have said about Dan Brown and his family, they're involved.
Lord have mercy on them.
But for years and years, we have spoken and wondered about Larry Goodman. We are putting our attention on the wrong Larry.
Exactly.
We are putting our attention on the wrong Larry.
1 second. JBS bought out Larry's note in the big fraud when Larry was on, and Morgan Stacks bought out that. We are controlled by JBS. JBS controls 90% of the red and white meat in this country, including the government allowing them buy out Kerry Co-op red and white meat. Why was the World Cup sponsored by My Park Chickens?
And that is why the Irish government, the Taoiseach, the Taoiseach and the Minister for Agriculture are supporting this, because it's about money, it's about the processors, it's not about the farmers. Irish Rural Association, when the food recalls came into being, we sat and we spoke to the people in the Food Safety Authority. The answers that we got there were shocking. What we showed them was shocking. And this is where the whole labelling system has to change. But what we also need to be able to do is to try and get you farmers to understand that the Board Bia quality assurance is a scam, and a big scam. And you're only getting 20 cents or a couple of cents more. The cap is coming down the line, lads. You're going to lose a lot more money. We have to keep fighting, and Irish Rural Association certainly will keep fighting. We will keep highlighting, because we can, because we are not attached to anybody. We're farmers, and we will fight. But the message very clear from our followers as we head for 20,000 followers on social media is no, Larry Mullen has to go. That's the message. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Jackie. If there's another farm organisation here, just make your way. The Hill Farmers, nice used to come, lads. Okay, I'll hand you over there.
Hello, my name is John Doe Fitzgerald. I'm the Vice President of the Irish Nature Hill Farmers Association. Look, from the start of this controversy, we have come out and we put our point that the whole board of Board B needs to step aside. And we need to see Larry gone. One way or the other, Larry has to go. From our point of view, with the board and the setup of the board, there's no proper representation for suckler farmers, beef farmers, and especially for hill farmers and this board. It's not right. We cannot accept this going forward. We need a thorough review, a thorough independent investigation on what's going on inside in Board B. And we're not going to stop here today. This is going to continue until we get what we are looking for. And we will not be ignored what we're looking for any longer. So on top of that, look, I've sat inside here and listened to a lot of different discussions. The government need to wake up. The longer this goes on, the longer Larry stays in, the more damage that's going to be done. And we cannot stand idly by and see this or leave this happen, because we have worked very hard as Irish farmers to build up our markets both at home and abroad. We've done an awful lot of work in the environmental side of it and every other side of it. We get up, we're going 7 days a week, 365 days a year to feed proper food to people, you know, and in the end of the day, none of our food is full of hormones, chemicals or anything else. And we see this shit show of a bloody Brazilian beef coming into this country and being bloody processed here and sold under the pretense it's Irish beef. It's not, and we cannot accept that any longer. Thanks very much.
Who's next now? Just introduce yourself. This man from my plant, yeah?
How you doing, folks? David Young here, Irish Beef and Lamb Association. Like to thanks as well that unity. It's great to see us all here, unity here today, and all the organisations here. Like united, you know, we're strong. We're all here together. Now the fact is, our members are very, very cross about this. I have members in our group today lambing yours as we speak, and having cows. They know, and the government know that too as well. Like, we'll affect these farmers. They're at home in springtime. No, we will come out now, and we will have to be strong about this. Like, it annoys me. I seen one case. We can go in ourselves and into the shops and pick up the food, and we mightn't see the label. It was shocking to see baby food. A child going from maybe infant formula onto solid food, and this product. A child doesn't have a choice, maybe 18 months old or 2 years old, and hormones going into maybe a young baby child, carcinogenic, toxic. I'll use the word, we're eating dung. We're going back now to 30 years ago. We were clean. We knew what we were. But this is going on so long. The consumer has to be aware of this. I go in Tesco, and you know it yourselves, or any of those retailers, and people are just passing by. They trust the labels, but they don't even read them. Time to stand up, and a time to get that message out to the ordinary housewife in this country. Would you like to be feeding your child food? No way. Even myself, we have loved ones with cancer. Everybody's affected with cancer in this country, and it could be down to what we're eating for the last 30 years. Now, it has to stop. Larry has to go. The board as well has to be accountable. They have to go. It's not on. You can't just sit there on the fence. You can't be running with the hound and you can't be running with the hare. You just have to stand up and go. If the board goes, they'll have to renew a board anyway. It isn't that Board B is just going to be gone overnight. Get proper people in. We mentioned as well that farm reps here today. We have no voice inside there. It's just relying on other farm organisations, suckler committees, and more representation, and a rotation of boards or something like that as well. Our voices have to be heard. Enough is enough. We're being stood on too long, and time to just stand up and we'll just say, lads, we have politicians in there. We elected them in. They have to listen to us and be accountable to do their job. Now, thanks.
Good man.
Thanks very much, well done. Okay, if we've another farm organisation, I'm not sure if it ran out. If there's anyone else there, step forward and let's know what farm organisation you're representing. Who is it, you, Farah, and others?
He was going in.
Get away back before freaking fucked.
That's right, you looked around the corner, do you remember that?
We were up in the dresser, man. We stayed all night, remember that?
I do.
We were faced out. Eddie Punch.
You stayed a couple of times.
Eddie Punch.
Eddie, do you want to have a few words? We've had a few speeches before you. We've had the farm organisations say a few words, and with some of the TDs. Do you want to tell our audience here anything? Have a few words there.
Thank you, Eamon. Rules for thee, but not for me. I think we have too much now of a sense that the big business, the leaders, are untouchable. It's time now to recognise that without farmers, there's no food. Without farmers, there's no Borbia. Without farmers, there's no multimillionaire beef barons. It's time the primary producer was given the respect that they need. For too long now, we've seen over and over again farmers seen as an inconvenient second thought. But it is the farmers who have produced the food that have delivered 21 billion euros of agri-food exports from our country. And when I hear governments talking about ye don't get to decide, ye don't say who leads state agencies, they're forgetting that the purpose of the state agencies is to serve the people, to serve the agri-food sector, to serve the people who get up early in the morning. It's really time for us to say enough is enough. Larry Murren has lost the confidence of the people who produce the food that deliver the 21 billion euros of agri-food exports. Larry Mullen is a musician, leave him alone. Larry Murren runs a big business, that's fair enough. And what he does with his business is his business. But the mandate of Borbia is very simple. It is to promote Irish food, Irish produce, with a view to getting the best possible return for the people who get up night and day, 24/7, to put the dinner on the table. You cannot be in the business of importing Brazilian beef, which has only one reason only, to undercut the price that the farmer is getting. That is an absolute conflict of interest, and there is no getting around it. You cannot tell farmers that you have to be quality assured. You cannot tell farmers that you have to take more and more steps to be traceable, and then bring in Brazilian beef after telling them that the consumer demands traceability, demands quality assurance, but hey-ho, we'll bring in Brazilian beef anyway. That is incompatible with leadership. That is incompatible with the chair of Borbia. And for all of those reasons, it's time now to do the right thing, to step down and restore confidence in Borbia. Enough is enough.
Farmers have to be listened to. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eddie.
I want to record a wee video over there, just to turn it off. Stand over there, Sean. So see right when you see my face, if you just double tap my face, oh hold on, a wee green box should go around my face, right? It's a tracker. Just double tap my face, right? No. See here, look. See when you see my face, just like tap like that. On the screen here, look. Once it'll follow my face, right? Tell me when you see the green box. Alright, follow me now. Does it follow me about? Sean, is there a green box around my face?
It's an orange box.
No, double tap my face.
Oh yeah.
Let's say face tracking. It's follow me now, is it? There we go.
Below
right.
you, it's below you.
Okay, right. Recording, a wee red light or a wee red. Do you see recording, do you?
No, I don't see
See
it.
recording, Sean?
I do it 47.
Okay. Hello everybody, we're outside Dublin here, Leinster House. We're having a protest. The head of Board Bia, Larry Murran, supposed to be promoting Irish food, Irish farming all across the world. Listen to this, he's actually involved in a company that's importing Brazilian beef, substandard beef, complete conflict of interest. And up in Donegal, my neck of the woods, Charlie McConnell TD, the former Minister of Agriculture, appointed him. What's that all about, Charlie? We need to answer these questions. You obviously knew this. Why did you allow this to happen? Why did this go ahead? And we're here protesting in Dublin today to say no. The farming's been destroyed with the EU Mercosur trade deal as well, to import hundreds of thousands of tons of beef from Brazil and poultry as well. Like, I'm a sheep farmer myself from Castlefin. You know, coming from a long line of sheep farmers, this is going to destroy not only sheep farming, beef farming, all types of farming. This is the nail in the coffin for farming. And basically, the farmers have to stand up now and say no, and stop voting the same traitorous politicians like Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil and Sinn Féin. They're all the same. You just have to really wake it up here. So look, really important to get this information out here. My name is Niall McConnell. It's Saskatchewan the Finian me. Share it everywhere. Let's get the message out there. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Caution not to share it. God bless us all. Aaron go bra. No, you should be alright then. Thanks so much.
I have a contract here between members for both
Okay, yeah. I put a post. Is it confidential? Is it? Just point somewhere else here because we're live at the minute. Is that their policy?
They protested in Fort Lee in 2019 and they only laughed at it. And they voted for that. How will you that admitted that that's very small.
It needs to be dramatic. You can record this now. Are you happy enough now?
Happy, yeah.
So this is a really interesting bit of information. So this is the board-based policy, is it? Or what?
Right, it says code of conduct for Board B members.
Okay, for Board B members. Right, okay.
Excuse me now because I might be a bit slow in reading, but I'll read
That's okay. So what's your name again, sorry?
Michael Welch, Food Association.
So you're a member of the Irish Rural
Milltown 23 group is a group there with politicians on it.
Okay.
The names now that we're here already. Anyway, I'll read this.
No. I'll preface it, right? Okay, so we're here at Leinster House protesting Board Bia. the chair board BIA is a big conflict of interest. He's supposed to be promoting Irish produce, Irish farming, but he's importing Brazilian beef to his own company. And you actually have a code of conduct there, or policy?
I have, yeah, board BIA. And what it says is...
so you're reading from what? Tell us what you're reading from.
I'm reading from a board BIA, and what it says is code of conduct for board members, which is clear. What it says is board members will disclose outside employment business interests in conflict or in potential conflict with the business of board BIA.
That's okay. I can edit all this. Go ahead, just keep going. Don't worry. I'll make it.
Do you want to try my glasses?
I can edit all this out. Don't worry. No good.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
If you want to start,
don't show me with the glasses.
If you want to start again.
Okay. Hi there. Here I have in my possession code of conduct for board members, board BIA members, and integrity. Will disclose outside employment business interests in conflict or in potential conflict with the business of board BIA, and will, on appointment to the board, make a full disclosure of their employment and business interests, and, if relevant, the employment and business interests of their family and of persons and bodies connected with the board members as specified in the Code of Practice for Governance of State Bodies.
Hey, hold on here. I didn't record that. Fucking hell, sorry. You don't need to. I'm sorry about that. Just.
Will I do it now? Will I do it?
No. It's all right. No, he's the man. No, but don't need to read. Just read. See the bombshell part. Just the really important. You don't need to go through it all. Just like see the first part. Will disclose outside employment business interest in conflict with the business of the board BIA. That's that. You just want a short snap.
But look here. It says very something important here. Will keep the secretary of the board advised of all relevant changes in their circumstances.
Okay. Just you. I'm sorry for doing this, but I'll make a really good video, right? I promise you. What?
I'm a take
care, man. Right. Okay. So we'll start again, right?
Okay. This is.
No, hold on. Let me preface it. So we're here to protest outside Leinster House. There's a meeting going on now with the head of board BIA. He has been found in conflict of interest. He's supposed to be promoting Irish farming, Irish produce, but in fact, his own company is importing Brazilian beef. And you've got the board BIA's. What have you got there for us?
It's their code of conduct for board members.
Okay, just you read it out there.
Yeah, it clearly states will disclose outside employment business interests in conflict or in potential conflict with the business of board BIA, and will, on appointment to the board, make a full disclosure of their employment and business interests, and, if relevant, the employment's
go ahead, I can edit it. Go ahead, I can edit it.
Business interests of their family and of persons and bodies connected with the board members as specified in the Code of Practice for the governance of state bodies. Will keep the Secretary of Board BIA advised of all relevant changes in their circumstances, so as to ensure that these disclosures are up to date and at all times, and will make immediate disclosures of circumstances likely to give rise to a conflict of interest, directly or indirectly, in the exercise of their duties and functions as board members.
So he's breaking his own policy?
That's board BIA policy.
So what does that mean then? Can you explain to the layman who might understand what's going on? Like, what is actually happening here?
Oh, if I had a shop and I had a shop assistant working in there, or indeed a manager, and to see him come on, compete with me, and here's the catch. Here's not the catch. Here's what's kind of funny about things. He says he's bringing in 1% only. Is the 1% Irish beef not worth putting on sandwiches? Why is that only 1%? We all know what it is. It's the tin end of the wedge to open up the market. I'm led to believe that meat can be bought for €3 a kilo. And if that can be bought for €3 a kilo, why should he give €7?
What's that compared to Irish beef?
It's rubbish. Total rubbish. And like I've told you before.
No, but I've been at the price range. What would he pay for Irish beef?
7.
So it's less than half.
Less than half. This is about money. I mean, you go back there, and I think the gentleman there mentioned it when there was baby food found not to be right. They took it off the shelves. What does the government here do? Put on the pressure to keep it on the shelves. Yeah. It's totally wrong. I think a lot of those in there, a lot of them in there, if they had principle, they would resign or throw him out. Another thing, on that board, we don't have a dedicated suckler farm organisation. And what I would be proposing, and we have talked about it a lot, is either the Irish Natura Hill Farmers or the ICSA be on that board, because we are not getting a fair whip. We bought into this dairy for beef, where the dairy farmer would sell the calves and the dairyman would raise them. Now the dairyman is holding on to those cattle and he's feeding them himself, and he's taking the cream. What was 3 years ago €200 for a calf is now 650, 700. That bit of profit is gone, and the inside here will continue to dominate farming. You go back not that very long ago, the latest being Mercosur. You go back to GEC2. You go back to nature restoration. You keep going back. They don't want our animals on the land.
Yeah, well, the Irish government said that they wanted to remove half a million or reduce the suckler herd by 50%.
But it's already
all because of climate change.
But it's already that without they doing anything.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. We have a government in there, and look, they can blame Eamon Ryan for all this, but Eamon didn't do this on his own.
Yeah.
He did not do this on his own. He was aided and abetted for a power trip. And the sooner that changes, the better.
Are they doing this all because of the green agenda, climate change? It says it's all in the guise of.
It can't be, because if you, the country we're talking about, Brazil, they're actually taking down the rainforests now. Yeah. They're ploughing them up, getting the indigenous people out there. And if they don't go, they'll be found in a dive with their hands behind their back.
But they're saying the reason they're doing this is climate change, but I know what you're saying. They're cutting down the Amazon forest. It's not actually to do with climate change. It's just they want to destroy farming, I think.
They want to take us out of it. They want to put us under the tongue, and they want to supply us with completely rubbish. And it's depressing people. That's what they want to do. China wouldn't be half as bad as here. No, right. Would not be half as bad as here.
To be fair, at least they look after their own people. They put their people first.
We have a lot there going around telling us, well, it's wrong what they're doing, and we'll do this and we'll do that. Well, the Sinn Féin motion is up for vote next Wednesday night. Let's see how many farmers, let's see how many TDs rise their hand and say, we're going against modern Moscow. You go on again, and look, there's other blames. Farming organisations are not pulling together, even though fair play to Nelly Webster, Eamon Corley. I think there's 9 of us now. We're all doing our own thing, but today we're all here today. But other one other particular farming organisation don't want us to do that. Why?
Don't know, a good question.
Yeah, that's why. They don't want us to do it.
Well, thanks very much for chatting to me.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it. Here, hold on, give me that mic here, love. Thanks so much.
Do you have my number? I do, huh?
No, I don't know. Hold on, I'm going to just go here. So here, will I say something to the live stream? Is your arm sore, is it?
No, just...
Here, set that here. Or just, I'll talk for 2 seconds. Look, everybody, my name is Niall McConnell from Castlefin, County Donegal. Travelled up here this morning, left Castlefin about 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. Hope you appreciate the work that we're doing here. Bring you live streams. I've got loads of interviews that I'll be uploading now over the next couple of days. Look, you can support our work a number of ways. If you appreciate our work, you can join our political movement Shield and Heron as a member. Click the link in the bio or click the link below this video. There'll be a link there somewhere. Click that link, you see a join button, join as a member. You get You can join as a standard member or a gold member. Check the stuff that you get, and you can join from anywhere in the world: Ireland, UK, Canada, America, Australia. Just hold on a second. These is a symbol. Okay, right. So look, join as a member, or you can go to our shop or store. We dispatch worldwide, and we've got jackets, we've got brand new Gaelic t-shirts, we've got badges, we've got books. Check out our store, support our work. Really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the live stream.
Kind of safe to slaughter that happened. The amount of meals they got, the tag number of the animal. So all that information we have to record, and that's inspected every year, the Board B inspection, and that's what separates our beef from Brazilian beef. It's this full record of all the medications that animals get from birth to slaughter. Now what Board B is doing is they come out and they audit us and make sure that everything is in order. A cat walks into the yard and we don't have a record of the dose that we gave that cat. We have to go back and we have to find paperwork or we won't be able to sell our animals. And to say now that there are important substandard beef from Brazil and South America that don't have to do any of those things. And we just want to maybe showboard via what farmers thinking at. And we've asked some farmers to bring along their animal remedies records, and it's just a demonstration that if they allow food on the shelves, they're depending on farmers to keep all this information and work to keep all this information, and it makes a total mockery out of the work that we do when they're importing beef that has no traceability, and this demonstration I think is just to prove that. So how's that going for you? So we ask all the farmers to bring up their animal remedies.
That's what I think of Board B. A thundering disgrace.
The paperwork's that corrupt, it won't burn.
You can tear them up either if you want, lads.
Burn them, guys. Burn them.
Keep on this.
Keep on this. So this is a message loud and clear to Board B.
Sure as not aiming right in
There's no point in sum up the food on our shelves being quality assured. So Board B have got to make a decision. You don't need that phone, Seamus.
Time to waste the time filling this paperwork anymore.
If we ring the fire brigade,
Orange and green, I see wrote on that one. There's no point in some of the food on our shelves being quality assured and others not. Okay, I think the farmers have sent a very loud and clear message to Board Bia that we're the ones in the ground that do the work, and we've got a premium product because of the work that farmers do. And if you want farmers to continue to do that work and a fully traceable, safe food, well then we need to be able to trust the people on the board.
Withdrawal period at when we don't send
A lot to love. So live stream. So we're still in Dublin anyway. We're protesting this Board Bia scandal. The head of Board Bia, the Food Safety Authority in Ireland, he's been caught red-handed. His company importing Brazilian beef. Well, that was a scandal, but this is probably just the tip of the iceberg. So hopefully more comes out now. We give power back to the farmers. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Support our work. Look, share these live streams. The very least you can do is share them. I've come all the way up from Donegal. Left 5:30 this morning. Hope you appreciate our work. Share. You can join our movement. Click the link in the bio. Join from anywhere in the world. Support our work. Go to our shop, our store, links in the bio or links in the video somewhere. You can order from anywhere in the world. Support our work. Show your appreciation. Really appreciate it. So why is that her? Is it? That's pretty much it, isn't it? So thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you all again soon. God bless you all. Aaron Gobra.